We're set today for a progress hearing in this case involving the extended jurisdiction of this court. The court is going to recognize that the department is present today. Ms. Leslie Levi is joining us now, and she is the attorney for the department. We have Ms. Sarah Lopez with Child Protective Services, and then Mr. Pedro Garza and Ms. Christy Dare with Belong. Mr. Mike Finkel is here with as the attorney for Austin. So we've been meeting weekly since we've discovered the real, I think, lapse in preparation for guardianship for Austin and some missteps along the way. Ms. Levi, do you want to give me just a summary and update as to where we stand, or do you want to elicit testimony?
Your Honor, I'll elicit testimony from Belong. I will say on my end, I followed up with the probate court by email and voicemail and have not heard back just yet. But I am following up with them, and I believe Ms. Dare has an update for Belong as well.
All right, so would you like to call Ms. Dare? Okay,
yes.
Ms. Dare, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Levi, you may proceed.
And how are you related to this case?
I am the permanency director for SJRC Belong. I am also currently the supervisor for Pedro Garza, and therefore I own this case.
Okay. And do you have an update for the court today?
I think she's frozen.
Yes, ma'am. I do have an update.
All right, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we just had a little bit of a lag.
I do have an update. Sorry about that. We have been working very diligently, but I must say, Ms. Lopez has really been doing a lot for this case since we were last in court. I am going to turn off my camera because it seems I am unstable, if that's okay with you, Judge.
Yes, that's fine.
So the application for guardianship has been submitted. We do need to obtain some documents that have been requested to be sent over by Friday, which we are in the process of obtaining. They need some financial information, last 6 months worth of medical information, things of that nature. And so we are working diligently with the HSC placing agency and getting the documents that we do lack. They have not denied the application. In fact, Ms. Lopez did send an email today because we do not get certain emails since we are not CPS, we are the SSDC. And so Austin's case for guardianship has been assigned to an individual. It's my understanding it will be Ms. Nichols' responsibility to assess Austin for the guardianship. So at this point, it's my understanding Ms. Lopez did explain our situation with regards to Austin and was able to go ahead and submit that application. I'm going to be very honest. I don't know where that application is going to go, but we are one step closer than we were last week. They have accepted the application and it was not immediately rejected. So we just need to follow through with getting the documents, have them sent over on by Friday. That was the time frame that HHSC provided us. And so we are working on getting those documents. We do have some of the documents, but we do not have all of them because they're asking for 6 months worth, and Pedro has not been the caseworker for 6 months. So the financial documents we are having to obtain from the HSC provider, as Pedro only has those since he has been the caseworker. Additionally, with that, The HSC home will continue to provide services after we are out. He will still have a caseworker or a case manager assigned to him through HSC who will be required. I believe it's my understanding they're required to make face-to-face contact quarterly. And so there will be a case manager through the HCS organization who maintains contact, ensures his needs are being met, and provides services as necessary.
Your Honor, I believe that's all I have.
Okay, then Mr. Finkel, do you have any questions for Ms. Dare?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Levi, is it your intention to call Ms. Lopez? Because if not, I do want to hear from her. It sounds like she's been having personal contact with the individual who, I guess, processed the application. So are you intending to call her?
Yes, Your Honor, I can do that.
All right, Ms. Lopez, can I please get you to unmute yourself and raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Levi, you may proceed.
Ms. Lopez, you heard the court's interest in your communications with the application process. Could you give her an update from your end?
Sure, that's correct. I did personally speak with the Region 7 Austin supervisor and let them know what was going on before I submitted the referral. I did submit that referral and it was accepted by Dad's guardianship as of 2/21/23.
Do we have any idea how long it will take them to get back to us?
I don't have a time frame, but they did give the deadline of the paperwork for Mr. Garza and Ms. Dwyer by Friday. So I'm assuming that they should be out there sometime next week to assess him, assuming they get all that paperwork.
And is the HHSC, do you know, is their guardianship through the probate court or where did they go through?
Yes, they would be through the probate court.
So we're essentially going two directions to try to get the Travis County Probate Court to issue a guardianship. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
Okay. Do you have any other updates for the court?
I do not.
Your Honor, I'd pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Finkel, do you have any questions for Ms. Lopez?
Just that, and I'm not sure if this was asked, but are they, is Dad's aware of the timelines as far as his birth date and all that?
Yes, when I personally spoke with them, I made them aware of that.
Okay, that's all I have now.
All right. And Ms. Levi, you, at a previous hearing, and if you could speak to this again, it is your reading of the code that the extended jurisdiction extends through the end of March, the birth month, or has that changed?
That was my reading of the code. I will need to pull it up again to confirm, but that's my recollection from having read the code, is that we have through the end of March.
Okay. I appreciate how hard everyone's working. Ms. Lopez, Ms. Dare, Mr. Garza, thank you for taking this as seriously as it needs to be for Austin's sake, while this court can continue to ensure that he is set up for this, you know, major transition. It sounds like the issue right now is you have a deadline for Friday for these documents. Is the HSC provider being responsive if you're getting assistance and cooperation from them to get those documents in so that they can be submitted by Friday? Okay, so that's a yes. All right. Well, then
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Pedro has been in correspondence with them and they are aware of the deadline and they are working on getting everything for him.
Okay. Is there anything that you think you're going to have issues or problems getting together that Dad's has requested?
Not that I've been made aware of as of this particular moment.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, in thinking about this case since our last hearing, you know, I would think that, I mean, I realize it's a delayed application through Dad's, but I would hope that the probate court record of the exploration of the manager of the HSC home that had submitted would be evidence of the efforts to assess other guardianship options for Austin, separate and apart from Dad's. I am hopeful, based on what you represented today, that with no outright rejection, that they are willing to look this over and can assess it and give it the consideration that it needs. I know that Austin's birthday is March, happened to have a Wilson County docket that day, and I can add this once more to get one more update if we can fit that in. Would you all be available to return on March the 8th at 11:30?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if so, I hope that you've seen the communications that not just this court, but I think Judge Stuckey and Judge Falkenberg, we've been conferring regarding how to move forward at the expiration of the emergency orders from the Supreme Court. And so do you all agree, consent to a hearing by Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that will be by Zoom. All right. So we'll return on March the 8th at 11:30. Is there anything else that we need to address while we are here together to ensure you can continue to move this process along for Austin as expeditiously as possible?
Not on this case, but I would have a question for the court off the record.
Yes, I was hoping to have a discussion with you as well, Ms. Levi. So all other parties are excused. I thank you, and I'll look forward to seeing you on March.